There's no denying that the streaming service Disney Plus continues to pick up steam, even succeed in spite of what I thought was an insane business plan of charging customers a monthly fee, one that is reasonable, I would say, but then also expecting those same customers to pay up to $30 for an additional fees for when new movies come out if you want to stream them at home. I have to admit, I was just wrong about that. $60 million was generated in the very first weekend for Black Widow 2. That's 2 million households paying the $30. Would they have gone to the theater? I actually think that it's reasonable to say that there is some percentage of those 2 million people that would never have gone to the theater to see it, and so that this was just a really smart play. I really don't have a problem with charging up front for like a new release. I just feel like $30 is overly expensive. You can make the argument for a family of four, it's still cheaper. Yeah, but there's a lot of single guys and gals out there that are going to have to pay $30 to watch it alone in their apartment or their bedroom, and that's absurd. But nonetheless, Disney Plus is getting some bad news as they start to panic a little bit, as people have decided they don't care so much about it. Now, speaking of streaming services, did you know that there's a lot of content that isn't available here in the United States that a lot of people like to use a VPN to access? Many anime fans, for example, Shaun of the Dead isn't streaming here in the United States. People use VPNs to access content not otherwise available. They also use them to keep their data safe from big tech. Well, I use private internet access, and they are an important partner for this channel. They've given a massive discount to my viewers. So after this video, use the link in the description to pick up private internet access today. Start browsing more safely, protect your data, and have other kinds of fun with it. We have Disney Plus subscriber growth is slowing like Netflix, with one worrying difference. This is back in May. And now there's this insider who published a very interesting article. Oh no, hopefully the archival is available. Pretty sure there is. There we go. Okay. Disney reported 103.6 million Disney Plus customers, which is insane, as of April 3rd. Analysts had projected 109 million. So missing by 6 million is no small fee, or no small amount. Disney's disappointing subscriber additions resemble Netflix's last quarter. Now, a lot of these people pulled forward, right? People had a lot of time off work. They had kids at home from school, so they signed up to every streaming service available to babysit their family. Disney's disappointing subscriber additions resemble Netflix's last quarter, but Disney charges far less for Disney Plus than Netflix. Its average customer making slowing growth more worrying as it continues. Now, you remember, look, I don't know when my Disney Plus will actually get deactivated. It probably already is, but I'm not going to just say that everything on Disney Plus sucks. I mean, Loki seems to be relatively enjoyable based on fan feedback. WandaVision, I guess, for its faults, was still a decent show. At least I thought the first couple episodes were. Obviously, The Mandalorian, putting my personal feelings aside about Gina Carano, is an undeniable success. I'm not sure anything else. Oh, yes, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That seemed like a little less exciting. Didn't really appeal to me, but it was still viewed by a lot of people. And most importantly, this is high production value, high quality content for a few bucks a month. So I think that Disney has a decent value proposition. Just as Netflix had fewer than 4 million global subscriptions in the first quarter, disappointing investors, Disney announced it's now 103.6 million subscribers, far less than the 109. Specifically, both Disney and Netflix can explain away the disappointing growth by citing the surge in viewers earlier in lockdowns. The logic is simple. Far more people signed up for Disney Plus and Netflix in the first 6 months of the lockdowns than company had counted on. Given the surge, it's only natural that the growth would pull back to more, quote, normal levels as things wind down. Further, both Disney and Netflix can safely assume that subscriber growth will accelerate in the second half of the year as show productions begin in earnest on shows like Loki and Luca. Of course. Now, if you're going to have slumping growth, you want your customers paying as much as possible. Disney's Hulu subscription video on demand service has a higher average revenue per user at $12.08 per month, but it was negligible, up just 2 cents per month from a year ago. Hulu has 37.8 million subscribers, which rise to 41.6 when including those who also purchase live TV. I used Hulu for live TV a lot because I got to watch all like my sports ball events. And you know, it has some decent garbage TV on it. It's got, you know, American Dad on it. So it's not terrible. It's just not as good as it once was. Disney Plus has vaulted in the streaming big leagues in 2020. The logical comparison for Disney Plus was HBO Max and Peacock. Now the other media streaming services. Given Disney's success, this year's comparison will be Netflix. Disney has already projected 230 million to 260 million subscribers by 2024. That's Netflix land. Netflix has 208 million customers. Netflix has been able to raise prices gradually over the years without stopping global growth. Disney may be able to do the same, but it's a stark difference in average revenue per user between the two companies illustrate a long road ahead. Well, that said, if we look at this article, now from the information, this printed just in early July, Disney Plus U.S. growth slows sharply in first half of 2021, internal data shows. You see, U.S. subscriber growth at Disney Plus streaming service has slowed sharply in the past few months, according to internal data reviewed by The Information, with most of the growth in the service this year coming from India and Latin America. The slowdown is sure to intensify a debate on whether or not Disney should broaden the programming on Disney Plus to appeal to a wider group of people. I don't know that that's exactly the situation. You know, I think that ultimately, first of all, school's out here. At least if you live in the Midwest, people are doing other things. They're grilling out. You know, a lot of the lockdowns have ended, so people are making up for lost time. You know, I myself went to Renaissance Fair last week and had an absolute blast. I'm probably going to go to the Renaissance Fair again in, I think, 2 weeks. They have like a cyberpunk event. I just got an email about, or not a steampunk event. I'll probably go straight for that too. So there are other reasons why people are, you know, doing stuff. Disney Plus had little more than 110 total subscribers late in Disney's third fiscal quarter, which ran through early July. According to internal data, up from 103.6. That's the number we reported from the first quarter. The company reported the end of April 3rd. On the most recent total, nearly 38 million were in India, up 12 million over the last 6 months. The U.S. and Canada together accounted for close to 38 million subscriptions. That compares to the start of February, when America had 37 million subscribers, according to two people with knowledge of the internal situation, meaning that it only went up by 1 million in the United States. Now, if you look at this report, Disney Plus hasn't added many new U.S. subscribers in 2021, says report. Essentially, Disney Plus has almost stopped growing in the United States. Disney Plus subscriber growth in North America appears to have been has plateaued, according to internal data obtained by the information. Disney's streaming service hit 110 million subscribers in July, with 38 million in North America, which is up only 1 million more compared with 6 months ago. In 6 months. In that time frame, however, the service added more than 12 million new subscribers in India, making it Disney Plus's biggest market. A Disney spokesperson stated that the information's analysis contained factual inaccuracies and doesn't reflect the performance of the service, but apparently declined to provide any further information. If true, Disney Plus slowing growth in North America signals problems for the company. Although Disney aspires to be a global service and India is a strategic market, Disney Plus in India costs 45 cents a month compared to $8 in the United States. The information also correlates Disney Plus flatlining to its $1 price hike in March, which had been expected to be just the first price hike as the service grows. Disney Plus is going to end up being $13, $14 a month. And look, things are getting more expensive. That's the reality of it. Look at the gas pump, inflation, lumber. I mean, look what you pay for a 2x4 now, like $10 for a freaking 2x4. A sheet of plywood, $50, $60 in some areas. people are going to have to make cuts, and I think streaming services are a logical opportunity. This says, although Disney aspires to be a global one, the 45 cents. The information also correlates that. There's also no question of the quantity of original content North American subscribers receive for that cost. Since its inception in November 2019, Disney Plus has largely subsisted on a library of content. The streaming service had a breakaway original hit, such as Mandalorian, and a string of Marvel shows, including WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki. But beyond those marquee titles, the volume has been really on relative quality of new film and TV releases hardly compares to Netflix and HBO Max. I've said this before. I actually think the HBO Max subscription is super worth it. There's a lot of good stuff on HBO Max. It's way better than Disney Plus. Disney has said that it expects a streaming service, 260 million by 2024. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it might need to come from a stronger international strategy. I wonder why they're always bending the knee to China. Who could wonder? I mean, is there possibly a reason for that? Well, nonetheless, I'm happy to report this, and please do, if you haven't already, if you haven't clicked the red subscribe button down below the video, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, and you're running without a VPN, private internet access is the one I use, and I have an amazing discount for you in the description below. Picking that up protects your data, supports my channel. Everybody wins. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.